Ernest J. Hillingworth here. Yesterday, I had the astute ability to meet a young man who was rolling a cigar. Now, in my country, cigars are already pre-rolled, but this cigar had a green-like substance in it, and he asked me did I want a toke. Now, a toke in my country is simply you smoking the cigar and you basically keeping it on your own, but this cigar was unusually volume-filled. I started seeing things, objects, and my God, I was lifted magically to a place that I've never been before. It was a studio. Next thing I know, I had no clothes on. My head was hurting, and I had one shoe on. I lost everything, but I also stayed listening to RG television.
What's prediction of 2018 and 2019? The catch-up. Show 2. The PlayStation 5. Now, you see what Xbox X is doing. What do you think PlayStation 5? We'll do this. What do you think PlayStation 5 should do?
That's kind of hard to say, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to figure out what's the long game. I know Nintendo is a hardware company. Yeah. I know Xbox has bigger aspirations about being a console company that takes over your house as far as what you do with media.
Yep.
And PlayStation is a hardcore gaming company like Sony. Therefore, the guys who are like, a lot of guys who are trying to do the whole pro thing, Xbox hangs in there with them because they got some of the same games across platforms, but Xbox is going to take it to another level, I feel.
Yeah.
My question is Sony prepared to play this game? Are they interested in making these upgrades? One thing they could do, as we discussed before, is stop playing games and open up their backwards compatibility.
True.
And don't screw over their fan base. That's one thing that would be a huge step forward. They, of course, are going to have to keep up with the Xbox and all of the bells and whistles that they roll out. They're going to have to come up with some stuff with that. But the biggest thing is, the biggest weapon in your arsenal is your licensed properties. And if they can actually get their licensed properties looking good and add some of the bells and whistles that are put in place by the competition, then they will be there. Like the new RAM, if they figure out a way that they can get some cheap solid state hard drives, that would be difficult now, because
finding the loopholes in Microsoft.
But here's the bad thing is, when you find them, I said the word cheap, so that could be problematic. And and if they jump too far ahead with technology, somebody's got to pay for it, because that's got to be mass produced.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But that is a good point, because see, as soon as I feel like, think about it, we speaking about let's say the end of 2018, beginning of 2019.
Yeah.
Me and we tech heads. Technology moves so fast, man, that we as humans can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
Perfect example, artificial intelligence is amazing, man. So as you implement and seeing the things that's going on in the tech industry, what's going on with the PS5, let's just say, I'm gonna give you a prediction. Let's just say PS5 comes out with a 1 terabyte solid state.
Yeah.
DDR5. No, I even say DDR6. We just futuristic talking right now. They trying to get ahead of Microsoft. DDR6, 8 gigs or 12 gigs DDR6, true 4K game in 60 frames per second. But let's take it up a notch. 2019, 120 frame rate. Yes, 120 frame rate. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
8K gaming. That sound impossible, but the way technology move, I can see that happening, because you already have 8K televisions.
Yep.
Not on the consumer side, but in the like, hey, I got money side. Hey, you can go buy 8K television.
Yeah,
it's not cheap, but it's possible.
Yeah,
nothing to probably work for it, but that's out there.
Yeah,
they already got 8K cameras and stuff. So imagining if, let's say, PS5 solid state, DDR6, octo-core CPU in it, 8K gaming, 4K out the box, all the games, backwards capability all the way down to PS1. That would be the ace of spades I feel like PlayStation would play. If they do that by the end of 2018 and the beginning of 2019, that'll be good competition for Xbox X, because Xbox X will already have the run up, because Xbox X is coming out. Let me see, I wrote that date down. It's coming out November the 7th, so that's right around the corner.
My big thing is, I agree with you 100% on that, but I'm just thinking I'm thinking like a manufacturer now. I'm thinking like, getting the cost of manufacture to a price point where the consumer would be able to consume that at the rate that they would want them to consume it, because there's a diminishing point of returns. Mm-hmm. If we're at a point right now where we're a breath away from people, because these things are nothing but like specialized computers. They're nothing but big game. They're nothing but gaming computers that are have molded technology that's strictly for them. The word is escaping me right now. Proprietary type shaping.
Hardware.
Okay, proprietary hardware. That's it. They're basically, that's all they are. So at the end of the day, what is going to be the price point that's going to be the break-in price point for all of this? When we get away from, when we do it like this, how can you sell an Alienware machine to the consumer at such a rate? Now, I know you control your manufacturer because you got all the, Sony's got all of this material, so they'll figure it out. They got guys with a way higher than my pay grade that's going to figure all this out. But the question is, what's going to be that price break? And then the other thing, I feel like Sony personally is, they're not in anybody's shadow, but what I feel like they're happy playing their game. I feel like that what they know they have they know they have a dedicated audience, and as long as they stay on pace and have a new release within their family of games for the quote unquote hardcore gamers in their community, they are gonna feel like it's a win. Now, the thing that can get them even further in the race is if they do what we said there about the back cataloging, and they have some of the bells and whistles that you rolled out. Because I feel like they're going to have some of the bells and whistles, but they're not going to take it to that final level, because I'm just like, man, that's going to be some heavy lifting. It is. And it can happen now, because like I said, again, they got guys who their pay grade's way higher than mine. They know how all of this stuff is made, and they can go in and just make it. They can just go ahead and mass produce it and just roll it out. So I'm not going to challenge that on any level. It's just one of those type of situations that I just wonder how they're going to make it jive. I'm just one of them guys like, I see that you can do it, but my question is, how are you going to do it? And
get back to what you just said. You said we were saying PlayStation is comfortable in the position that they're in. You could tell they're comfortable because they came out with VR.
Exactly.
Now, jumping into the VR audience, that's already kind of risky. You see what Nintendo, VR was actually already out back in the 90s when Nintendo came out with a VR headset. VR has always been a risky thing to jump into. And now that you have AR tech and Microsoft with the HoloLens, the HoloLens things, HoloLens, I don't know how you pronounce it. You have Microsoft that has that. Who knows if Xbox X may implement that into their console lifespan? And VR, to me personally, VR versus AR, I would suggest AR tech, because I don't have to put VR. If you in VR for too long, it can hurt your eyes. But PlayStation has done a very good job at handling that VR headset, and it doesn't really hurt your eyes, and the graphics is pretty good on it. And like I said, get back to saying that they're very comfortable in it, and they have the new update. I'm shout out to PlayStation for making me a beta tester too, for one of the upcoming updates. I was beta testing the new PlayStation update. I think it's the update 5.0. And one of the updates, part of the update in 5.0 update, the VR, you can spectate in while you have the VR headset. That's pretty cool. So the updates that they're pushing out for VR with the PlayStation, that's really good for Sony. But that goes back to what we just said. Sony is very comfortable in the position that they're in. They already got the winning flag. But see, when Xbox X come out, they probably just lose that winning flag, but it won't hurt them too much because they're already comfortable.
Exactly. They already got their niche in the market. The way everything's carved out is everybody has their niche. And everybody's going to keep, I feel like this is where this game is going to play. Everybody's going to kind of march forward and play to their niche. And the question is, what is the cheapest thing? Not, I ain't gonna say cheapest, but the least expensive way they can get the new thing to the customer. And usually the new thing comes out, it's the hot thing. The new early adapters buy it first when it's super hot, when it's nobody has it. Then they actually get the cost of manufacturers down, or they drop the cost to what it was supposed to be anyway.
Yeah.
And then they start making money off of the guys who come in later after they bug tested it on everybody else.
Yeah. And
that's the game,
that's pretty much what's happening with VR right now.
Yeah.
They actually dropped the price on VR for the PlayStation, and they starting to bundle that out with the PlayStation.
Exactly.
So that's pretty smooth with that too.
No, you don't.